फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट।
हेलो एंड वेलकम टू क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट। मैं हूं सौम्य कपूर और 19 दिसंबर इज अ बिग डे। इट्स IPL 2024 ऑक्शन डे और मोर देन 300 प्लेयर्स आर गोइंग टू गो अंडर द हैमर। वेल, इसके बारे में बात करेंगे ताउस रिजवी, जेमी ऑल्टर और चेतन नरूला से इस लाइव सेशन में। और क्या पर्सेस हैं, कौन कौन से प्लेयर्स हैं और कौन कौन से प्लेयर्स पे फोकस रहेगा, ये सारी हम बातें करेंगे। बस उससे पहले वेलकम टू क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट ऑल ऑफ यू। जेमी, आई विल स्टार्ट विद यू। वी हैव बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट द पर्सेस। CSK और GT की मैं बात करूंगा, जो उनके रिक्वायरमेंट्स है। 31.4 करोड़ का पर्स है CSK के पास। व्हाट डू यू थिंक, हु कैन बी द प्लेयर्स दे विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन?
यार it's a interesting one because it depends कि इन दोनों franchise को क्या चाहिए. Like we were discussing before the show started, will CSK want to go for another keeper? I mean, we know कि Dhoni is the best keeper, but he's 43. You never know. I mean, it's with each passing year. मेरे ख्याल से पिछले 3 साल से कम हम लोग कह रहे हैं यार कि धोनी का आखिरी साल होगा. What happens if he gets injured? So definitely that's one thing. So again, I was going through the list, the long list, in fact, of all the players. Maybe I'm still stuck on, and it's strange that exactly a month from that disaster of the World Cup, maybe I've still not recovered from the abject failure of the team. But going to that list, दो तीन नाम को छोड़ के मुझे personally, and I know I'll be proven wrong tomorrow, मुझे personally दो तीन नाम से ज्यादा लगा नहीं कोई player is going to break the bank like we've seen. Maybe this will be a more sobering IPL in the sense that यार Sam Curran के लिए इतने पैसे गए, क्या किया? It's a small auction, but small auctions have thrown up some surprises. But you asked me about two franchises. आप मुझे कोई भी franchise को लेकर पूछो कुछ. I still don't see, barring 2-3 names, any player. Rachin Ravindra is one name who I expect to go. Teams will go for क्योंकि ओपनिंग कर सकते हैं, 3 पे खेल सकते हैं, फिनिशर बन सकते हैं, बढ़िया फील्डर हैं, अच्छे खासे स्पिनर भी है. But in the past, there have been a lot of such overseas names who haven't gone for that. So it's one of those strange auctions where personally, खुद की बात करूं, I cannot tell you right now. We talk about top 5. I can't even name 5 players who I think are going to get big bucks. So very, very keen to see कि कल होगा क्या.
I'm talking about Gujarat Titans, Jamie. They have a good budget, 38.15 crores, and they just need to fill up 7 slots, if I'm not mistaken. तो पैसे हैं, बजट अच्छा है. Can they go big on someone, because we have been talking about कि उनके पास एक overseas fast bowler का slot खाली है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे सिर्फ उनके पास जॉश लिटिल है. तो can they go big on someone like a Pat Cummins probably?
Look, they're going to have to. It's not just about the absence. I mean, look, if Mohammad Shami and Mohit Sharma are your main fast bowlers, you're not going to win a title with these guys. हो गया एक बार, और Mohit Sharma, hats off to him for taking all those wickets. दोबारा करने के chances बहुत कम है. And then, like you mentioned, अगर Josh Little आपका main overseas bowler है, तो of course you're going to go. Also, you need to find a replacement for Hardik Pandya, right? Hardik Pandya is gone. अब आपके पास पैसे बहुत हैं, but it's not just one fast bowler. They're also going to look for an all-rounder. Pat Cummins, हालांकि उनके T20 आंकड़े इतने अच्छे नहीं है, and I think he'd be the first to admit that he didn't live up to his standards in regards to the couple of years that he did service for KKR. But if you want one bowler who touches everything and it becomes gold, it's Pat Cummins. He's won the WTC, he's won the IPL, the World Cup, bowled brilliantly. So, because, like I was saying, auctions are very strange. You might look at Pat Cummins and say, "Arey, kya karta hai? 2 seasons se bowling nahi chali. Okay, he's got a 14-ball 50." But maybe a team that wants a leader, someone inspirational, someone like a Gujarat, there's a captaincy vacuum there. They might go for someone like Pat Cummins just because, like I said, whatever that man touches this year, it turns to gold. So, definitely, I think a team like Gujarat should be going for someone like Pat Cummins.
And Chetan bhai, contrasting things here for LSG. LSG के पास बजट उतना ज्यादा नहीं है, but they have some slots to fill, right? तो क्या लगता है, how are they going to go for it? They have just a budget of 13.15 crores.
I think LSG. Can we have the squad for LSG? Is there a slide for the squad for LSG?
I'll
मुझे
just
नहीं
read
लगता
out.
कि नहीं इट्स
Yeah.
ओके, मेरे पास खुला हुआ है. आई डोंट थिंक उनको इतना कुछ करने की जरूरत है.
Hmm.
So I mean if you look at it, they got Devdutt Padikkal. ठीक है,
Hmm.
हम बात करते हैं कि उनके जो कौन मेन प्लेयर्स होने वाले हैं. काइल
Yeah.
मायर्स हैं उनके पास, देवदत्त
Yeah.
पाडिक्काल हैं, क्विंटन कॉक हैं, ये आपका टॉप पे हो गया. मार्कस स्टोइनिस है उनके पास निकोलस पूरन है.
Hmm.
आप देखिए उनका मिडिल ऑर्डर, मेरे ख्याल से उनको एक बैट्समैन चाहिए जो टॉप 4 में स्लॉट हो सके. लेकिन अब वहां पे भी ये चीज है कि केएल राहुल नीचे मिडिल ऑर्डर में आ रहे हैं. सो दे हैव
Hmm.
देवदत्त पाडिक्काल हु कैन स्लॉट इन एट द टॉप. अगर हम
Yeah.
उनके गेंदबाजों की बात करें, मार्क वुड, ही इज बीन ट्रेमेंडस फॉर देम. रवि बिश्नोई, ही इज बीन ट्रेमेंडस फॉर देम. नवीन उल हक हैज बीन ग्रेट फॉर देम. तो फ्रॉम दैट एस्पेक्ट आल्सो आई थिंक दे आर प्रीटी मच सेटल्ड इन दैट सेंस. यश ठाकुर और मोहसिन खान, उन्होंने भी अच्छा परफॉर्मेंसेस दिया है उसके लिए. मेरे हिसाब से दे आर प्रीटी मच अ सेटल्ड साइड
Hmm.
in terms of what they have और किस तरीके से वो उसको इस्तेमाल करेंगे. तो उनका जो बजट है, आई एम नॉट वेरी वरिड अबाउट इट. आई थिंक दे स्पेंड वेरी नाइसली. आई थिंक अब अगर आप जब देवदत्त पाडिक्कल ने ज्वाइन किया था एलएसजी, इट डिड नॉट मेक सेंस. क्यों?
Hmm.
क्योंकि केएल राहुल भी हैं वहाँ पे, क्विंटन डिकॉक भी हैं, काइल मायर्स भी हैं, और दीपक हुडा भी हैं, आयुष बदोनी भी हैं.
Hmm.
इफ यू लुक एट इट नाउ, केएल राहुल स्लॉट्स इन द मिडल.
Yeah.
It is suddenly a much more balanced middle order.
Hmm.
It is suddenly a much more balanced top order with Devdutt Padikkal slotting in that top 3.
Hmm.
You know, so I don't think they need to do a lot. Maybe अगर मैं प्लेयर्स की लिस्ट देखूं तो यहाँ पे एक दो प्लेयर्स जो हैं, जैसा मैंने कहा कि उनको इंडियन प्लेयर्स चाहिए. आई
Hmm.
डोंट थिंक उनको ओवरसीज प्लेयर की इस समय जरूरत है.
Yeah.
यू नो, हाउ मेनी ओवरसीज स्लॉट्स डू दे हैव रिमेनिंग?
They have two. They have two left.
Two. So I don't think they want, and 13 crores may they might pick up an Adil Rashid maybe, or not for 13 crores, obviously, for a lower amount. So it just depends कि क्या करना चाहेंगे. ये याद रखिए, उन्होंने राशिद खान को लेने की बहुत भरपूर कोशिश की थी,
Hmm.
but Rashid Khan had already signed up with GT. So that's why Lucknow did not get Rashid Khan. लेकिन मुजीब available है इस बार.
Hmm.
So will they make a play for मुजीब? That is something that I want to see. But again, क्या करेंगे वो मुजीब को लेके? Because अगर आप मुजीब को ले लेंगे, then Ravi Bishnoi is your prime spinner. तो फिर आपका एक ओवरसीज बैट्समैन जो है, काइल मायर्स, आप 3 प्लेयर्स खिला रहे हैं, आपके पास स्टॉइनस भी हैं. लास्ट ईयर दे हैड ट्रबल बैलेंसिंग आउट देयर ओवरसीज प्लेयर्स. क्विंटन डिकॉक डिड नॉट प्ले अ लॉट ऑफ द आईपीएल. सो आई डोंट थिंक उनको इतनी नेसेसिटी है ओवरसीज प्लेयर्स की. लेकिन अगर मैं यू नो मैं देखूं कि इंडियन प्लेयर्स कौन कौन से उनको जरूरत पड़ सकती है.
Hmm.
They could go for somebody like a Manish Pandey. They could go for somebody like a Karun Nair. I'm not saying कि उनको एक प्राइमरी बैट्समैन चाहिए, उनको एक बैकअप चाहिए.
Yeah.
ठीक है. जेमी ने कहा कि he doesn't see a few players going big price. I can name at least 3-4 जिन पे पानी की तरह पैसा बहने वाला है. And I'm not just talking about LSG here.
Yeah.
You have शार्दुल ठाकुर.
Hmm.
ठीक है.
True.
He's an all-rounder. ठीक है. T20 क्रिकेट में उनको नंबर 6 या 7 पे आके बल्ला घुमाना है, and he can bowl 3 to 4 overs. He's going to go for big money. Harshal Patel, capped Indian player, again big money. ठीक है. He can be a death bowler. I think Chennai will like to spend on Harshal Patel. उसका reason ये है because he likes to bowl only slower deliveries.
Yeah.
उनको slower delivery के अलावा कुछ नहीं आता है. And if you're playing in Chennai,
Hmm.
with those pitches, Harshal Patel is going to be a handful with the Chennai pitches. So Chennai might make a big play for him. Now, Shardul, MS Dhoni is a huge fan of Shardul Thakur. He might make a big play for him. एक फास्ट बॉलर जो मैं देख रहा हूँ, मिचेल स्टार्क. If he actually is serious about playing, okay, मेरे को बस यही देखना है कि ये बहुत बार हुआ है. He puts in his name, gets a bid, gets a good team, and then he pulls out 2 months later. ठीक है. इस बार I don't see a reason for him to pull out. If he's actually serious, and it's not just me talking, the other everybody in those franchises sitting on those tables, they need to believe कि मिचेल स्टार्क is actually going to be available. ये हमारा पैसा नहीं बर्बाद करवाएगा. 7-8 करोड़ आराम से इनको मिल जाएंगे if he's actually serious about it. Pat Cummins, I think he might end up being the most expensive player. ठीक है, we might see
or overall, overseas or overall.
Overall, he has that. I don't see any other player who can beat Pat Cummins. ठीक है. He's an all-rounder. He's an overseas player. He brings the captaincy thing. From that perspective, Rachin Ravindra is there. You know, he has the World Cup thing coming in, but he didn't play in a T20 style. He's unknown in that sense. Plus his bowling. Rachin Ravindra's bowling was okay. So yeah. Well, he's left-hand spin, but he didn't settle the World Cup. The World Cup उन्होंने headlines was not because of his spin bowling. It was because of his batting. So I still think Pat Cummins could really light up the auctions. I'm thinking 15 crores easy.
Okay.
Somebody like a GT will be very happy to get him. Maybe Delhi Capitals might be very happy to get him. KKR might again go for him. But again, KKR के साथ issue ये है कि KKR फंसा हुआ है आंद्रे रसल और सुनील नारायण में. I think it is stupidity to keep on retaining them year after year. I think उनसे returns अब नहीं आ रहे हैं. It's diminishing returns from them. So yeah, but LSG के my last point on LSG is they don't need those overseas players. Maybe they need an Indian bowler. They might go in for Herschel. They might go in for a backup Indian batsman. That's something to remember.
Okay, Chetan bhai just mentioned about KKR. You know, now KKR has
32 crores.
32 crores with slots, 12 slots left and overseas 4 overseas slots left. You know, who do you think can be their pick? And I have a comment from Jason here. There's some
Who's it? कोई चलो.
Taus bhai. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Perfect. So I have a comment here from Jason. I have a question. In fact, can Lance Morris attract the bidders? So do you think, you know, KKR might go for it? Because unka captaincy, vice captaincy, everything is sorted right now. So probably they can, you know, just be different about all about this. Can he be the one?
KKR is the second most team, yeah, to have the biggest purse, and I think they lack most of the pieces. Yeah, KKR. I was just looking at the squad, जिसमें मतलब कम से कम प्लेयर्स है तो उनको अगर चूज करने में कितनी आसानी होगी अगर वो भरे नहीं. बट देन या आई एग्री विद चेतन भाई कि भाई दे हैव बीन परसिस्टिंग विद these सुनील नरेन एंड आंद्रे रसेल, बट उनको उसके आगे दिखता ही नहीं है रोड. उनको रोड मैप क्लियर दिख रहा है. लकीली गौतम गंभीर वापस आए हैं तो शायद एवरीथिंग विल बी सॉर्टेड आउट. देयर विल बी मच क्लियरर पिक्चर बिकॉज I mean, if you don't have a senior guy in the squad, somebody who has been there, who has seen, who's played a lot of IPL, which Gautam Gambhir has, like how an MS Dhoni was, or maybe is for CSK, or maybe Rohit Sharma for Mumbai Indians. तो वो गाइडेंस वो बीच में चला गया था. एक बार गौतम गंभीर चले गए थे, कप्तानी से रिटायरमेंट ले लिए थे, फिर डीसी चले गए थे. तो बहुत उनके पास मतलब they have got the purse, they have to fill in the spots. A few spots are left. तो मुझे लगता है कि देखिए इंडियन प्लेयर्स से भरे नहीं पड़े. फॉरेन प्लेयर्स मिक्स है. इंडियन प्लेयर्स वेंकटेश अय्यर, आई मीन जिस तरह से प्रॉमिस डिलीवर किए थे वो कंटिन्यूटी नहीं मिल पाई है उनको. आप देखेंगे या वरुण चक्रवर्ती जो प्रॉमिस हैं, जो मतलब जिस तरह दे कैन द पोटेंशियल दैट दे हैव, वो डिलीवर नहीं कर पाया है वो लेवल पे, एक्सपेक्टेशन पे. बट देन गुड दैट एंड हर्षित राणा, these guys, so good they persisted with the Indian talent. But yeah, Lance Morris. I mean, देखिए अब इनके आगे सोचते नहीं है आंद्रे रसेल या सुनील नरेन के. तो आई मीन हाउ वुड यू यूटिलाइज दिस गाय? हाउ वुड यू आई मीन कहाँ पे इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे? क्योंकि आपके पास एक ऑलराउंड टॉप ऑर्डर बैट्समैन भी है फॉरेन, रहमानुल्लाह गुरबाज. तो आपको लिमिटेड है 4 स्पॉट की जगह है फॉरेनर्स की. तो आप वो किस तरह से यूटिलाइज करेंगे, किस तरह से? सी जेराल्ड क्वार्ट्जी will also be an expensive player. See, यही सब these kind of players, you know, they'll attract bid like Mitchell Stark and Gerald Coetzee or maybe Pat Cummins. ये ऑलराउंडर्स का स्पॉट बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है आईपीएल के फॉर्मेट में. ये खास करके हार्दिक पांड्या चले गए मुंबई इंडियंस में, बहुत ज्यादा वैक्यूम हो गया. वो भी विजय शंकर को शायद एक स्टेटस उनका बढ़ जाए वहां पर गुजरात टाइटंस में. But then हाँ मतलब see KKR is something they have to work upon. They'll sit down. गौतम गंभीर राह दिखाएंगे, वो क्या राह दिखाएंगे मुझे लगता है अभी ऑलराउंडर की जरूरत नहीं केकेआर को, बट देन दे नीड फ्यू मोर बैट्समैन इन द टॉप ऑर्डर, मिडिल ऑर्डर में, और स्पिनर्स जो इफेक्ट कर सकते हैं.
Looking
दैट
at
इज
the
समथिंग
squad,
दे.
looking at the squad, Jimmy, of KKR squad, I mean, you don't really have a experienced fast bowler, right? Vaibhav Arora is there, Harshit Rana is there, Venkatesh medium pacer, Andrew Russell of course is there, but medium pacer. A proper fast bowler who is experienced as well in this format, they need someone of that sort. Jimmy, your thoughts?
Look, they put a lot of time and money into Lockie Ferguson, right? But Lockie Ferguson only had that one good season. That was when the IPL took place in the UAE. Look at the IPL that happened in India. Lockie Ferguson really hasn't done anything. Pat Cummins was there for a while. He's had a couple 45, 50 plus run spells. So they've struggled. Mitchell Stark was one of the guys which they had, and he also vanished. So um, yes, Gerald Kutsia could be someone that they invest in. But again, with KKR, I'm surprised that that team has not won more titles. They often assemble smart units, but something, I mean, I go back to what Chetan said. If you're still depending on Andre Russell and Sunil Narayan in 2024, God help you. So I just don't know. I mean, I would assume yes, if they have a vacancy for fast bowlers, they might chase someone like a Skutsia, but many great players have gone through the KKR corridors and have actually come out worse. So that's a franchise which remains somewhat suspect to me.
Yeah. Okay. Chetan bhai, coming to the big one, Mumbai Indians, जिसने सबसे बड़ा न्यूज़ दिया ahead of the auctions. What do you make of this? Because अगर उनका पर्स हम देखें, पर्स उतना ज़्यादा नहीं है, 17.75 crores. They have some slots to fill, right? यहाँ पे slot fill up करना पड़ेगा. Will they go to the uncapped players, Indian uncapped जो players हैं, या they would want someone of, someone like a Gerald Coetzee, क्योंकि कैमरन ग्रीन के साथ उनका उतना अच्छा नहीं एक बैठा, and he has now shifted to RCB. So do you think they can go for someone
कैमरन
like
ग्रीन के साथ उनके साथ सब बैठ गया था, उनको एडजस्ट करना था, हार्दिक पांड्या का पर्स एडजस्ट करना था. वेट एंड वॉच हाउ आरसीबी वेस्ट Cameron Green this year, and then next year he'll be back in the mega auction, and MI will get him back.
Yeah.
Cameron Green, see, आप देखो कि उनके अभी forget Cameron Green for a moment. तो जैसा मैंने बताया, Cameron Green they got rid of because they needed to fit in Hardik Pandya's 15 crores. Okay.
Yeah.
अब आप ये देखो कि कैमरन ग्रीन को हटा के एक फायदा हुआ है कि सबसे बड़ी बात उनका एक ओवरसीज स्लॉट फ्री हो गया. ठीक है. इनको जरूरत किस चीज की है? आप बैटिंग में देखो, इनको बैटिंग में इतनी जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है. आप कैमरन ग्रीन को नहीं खिला रहे तो आप ट्रिस्टन स्टब्स को लगा सकते हो, डेवॉल्ट ब्रेविस को. लास्ट ईयर ब्रेविस डिड नॉट प्ले एट ऑल, and he's considered to be, and then obviously there is Tristan Stubbs.
Stubbs is in the auctions. Stubbs
In
is
the
there.
auction.
He's in
Stubbs has released, I guess. Anyway,
Yeah.
so they still have Tim David. ठीक
Yeah.
है. उनके पास वो फिनिशर रोल करने के लिए टिम डेविड है. ठीक है. दे कैन गिव जो कैमरन ग्रीन का स्लॉट है वो डेवॉल्ट ब्रेविस को दे सकते हैं. तिलक वर्मा है, निहाल वधेरा ने पिछले साल बहुत अच्छा किया था. सो इन अ वे दे हैव रोहित शर्मा एंड नाउ दे हैव हार्दिक पांड्या. ठीक है. फिट इन दोस स्लॉट्स. So batting में उनको इतना ज़्यादा नहीं है. Maybe they need an all-rounder who can again come in at 4, 5, 6, depending on how they are looking at, what is the opening combination going to be. Who's Surya might slot in at 3, Hardik might slot in at 4. What they need to look at is obviously Ishan Kishan bhi hai, so they could open with Ishan Kishan and Rohit and then slot in the other wides. I think main चीज जो उनको देखनी है is fast bowling. मुंबई का हमेशा से एक टेम्पलेट था, यू प्ले योर 3 फास्ट बॉलर्स एंड देन यू हैव 2 गुड क्वालिटी स्पिनर्स. वो चीज उनके पास नहीं है जो हमने पिछले 2 साल में देखी है. दे डोंट हैव गुड क्वालिटी स्पिनर्स एंड दे डोंट हैव गुड क्वालिटी फास्ट बॉलर्स. एक बुमराह को अगर आप छोड़ दो, आपकी टीम में अभी भी स्क्वाड में पीयूष चावला दिखाई दे रहा है, व्हिच मींस देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग देयर. तो अब आप देखो कि जो प्राइमरी लिस्ट है उसमें फास्ट बॉलर कौन है. मिचेल स्टार्क, आई थिंक they would love to have Mitchell Stark, but again, is he going to be available? तो दूसरे जो फास्ट बॉलर हैं जेराल्ड कोट्जिया. आई थिंक जेराल्ड कोट्जिया, मुंबई इंडियंस, आई थिंक मुंबई इंडियंस विल गो आफ्टर जेराल्ड कोट्जिया रियली हैप्पीली. उसके अलावा आपके पास ऑप्शंस हैं. You have somebody like an Umesh Yadav. Again, as a backup bowler, you can use him as an option. You have different options you can play around with. आपके पास Jason Behrendorff है. स्पिन में आपके पास क्या ऑप्शन है? आप ये देखो, मुजीब इज एन ऑप्शन, बट वो एक आपका ओवरसीज स्लॉट लेता है. शिवम मावी इज एन ऑप्शन. चेतन साकरिया इज एन ऑप्शन. आप बॉलर्स की तरफ जाओ, स्पिन एंड पेस. जो आपको प्राइमरी वहां पे प्लेयर्स दिखाई देंगे, आप उस तरफ जाओ. आप ये भूल जाओ कि दे आर गोइंग टू गो फॉर बिग नेम्स इन बैटिंग. दे डोंट हैव द पर्स. देयर मेन थिंग राइट नाउ विल बी बॉलिंग. कैसे वो अपना स्पिन करें. मुझे कोई इंडियन स्पिनर नहीं दिख रहा है, कोई बड़ा नाम नहीं दिख रहा है. So they will struggle there. So maybe they will want to bring an overseas pick over there, and maybe bring another overseas fast bowler, and then get a couple, Indian names. Shardul comes to mind. Umesh comes to mind. Shardul will actually be a very good buy for them, क्योंकि वो number 7, number 8 पे they can have somebody who bats and can bowl 3-4 overs. And मुंबई के पिच पे आपको कोई मिल जाएगा जो वेरिएशन करा सकता है, कुछ करा सकता है. So you never know. I don't think they will go for Harshal Patel. Harshal Patel Wankhede में is a sitting duck. ठीक है. Most of the stadiums में he's a sitting duck. ठीक है. I think Chennai would be very interested in him. So Umesh, Mitchell Starc, Jiral Kudzia, Shivam Mavi. I think Shivam Mavi में उनका बहुत interest रहेगा, because he's young. उसको आप develop कर सकते हो. He's been hit with injuries. Otherwise, he's been a decent performer. ठीक है. तो they will want to reinforce their bowling. Sadly, I don't think they have many options in spin. But they would want to go for good reinforcements in pace.
ताऊस भाई, यहाँ पर जो पर्स है, जिस तरीके का पर्स है, ऑलराउंडर से हटके, क्योंकि इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर, यू डू हैव इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर एज वेल, तो क्या एक स्पेसिफिक रोल के लिए आप प्लेयर्स पिक कर सकते हैं? समवन लाइक ऑब्वियसली, जैसे चेतन भाई ने बोला उमेश यादव, क्या आप उन्हें सिर्फ 2 या 3 या 4 ओवर डलवाने के लिए आप पिक कर सकते हैं? डू यू थिंक वो भी माइंड में होगा कहीं ना कहीं कि ऑलराउंडर्स पे उतना पैसा खर्चने की शायद अभी जरूरत है नहीं?
हो सकता है ये यार. दैट कुड बी वन ऑफ द थिंग्स दैट द फ्रेंचाइज मस्ट बी थिंकिंग यार. इम्पैक्ट प्लेयर रूल्स, बट देन वो एडवांटेज एक ले आता है ना ऑलराउंडर, एक सर्टेन, लाइक इफ ही इज अ रियली बिग ऑलराउंडर. छोटे मोटे ऑलराउंडर पे खर्चा नहीं होगा यहाँ पर कि यार एक छोटे लोकल अनकैप प्लेयर कोई ऑलराउंडर है तो उसको ले लिया करोड़ों रुपए में, लाखों रुपए में. तो मुझे लगता नहीं ऐसा कुछ हो. चेतन ये सिंह सर.
Yeah, I just want to add, अभी मैंने उनका स्क्वाड देखा है पूरा. कैमरन ग्रीन के जाने से ये हुआ है कि the only confirmed overseas slot for Mumbai is Tim David. आप डेवॉल्ट ब्रेविस को खिलाना चाहेंगे, great. That takes your other spot. You still have 2 overseas spots left. तो आप एक पेसर और एक स्पिनर बड़े आराम से खिला सकते हैं. और अगर आप डेवॉल्ट ब्रेविस को हटा देंगे, then you can have even options. So I think they will make a play for it. आदिल रशीद हैं, मुजीब हैं, जेराल कुद्जिया, मिचेल स्टार्क. इन चारों पे उनकी नजर रहेगी. साथ में they will also have an eye on backup options like Shardul and Umesh Yadav. I think Umesh might get a buy, Shivam Mavi. So from that perspective, I think they will go bowler heavy. 2 overseas picks in spin and pace they will definitely go for.
Can they go for Pat Cummins? This I'll take from Jamie. Jamie, can Mumbai just think of Pat Cummins?
Look, they could go for Pat Cummins. Like I said, I mean, he's got terrific form. He's got some confidence around him. You might lead in the leadership, but again, Rohit Sharma is. Let's not forget, Rohit Sharma is not going anywhere. So, आपके पास Hardik Pandya or Rohit Sharma. More than that, I think someone like a Dilshan Madhushanka, whose base price is just 50, third highest wicket taker in the World Cup. That ball he bowled at the Wankhede to Rohit Sharma. Exactly. So I'll tell you why. Now, traditionally, Sri Lankan fast bowlers have not done much, but you have the fact that he bowled Rohit Sharma. लोग अभी भी याद है. और पिछले साल T20 World Cup में, T20 Asia Cup में, the ball he bowled to Virat Kohli. So you've got the wickets which still are in the mind of many fans. Bowled Virat Kohli, bowled Rohit Sharma. Recency bias, 18 wickets. At one point for about 10 days, he was the leading wicket taker. Now, what Dhoni has done with Pathirana, people are going to, this guy is only 50 lakhs. He might not be a Pathirana. He's actually better. Doesn't have the aura of CSK/Dhoni around him. But many captains might be like, जो धोनी ने उठा के Pathirana को इतना बेहतरीन. And look, Pathirana helped them win the title this year. Madhushanka, I'm not saying he's going to go for big money, but someone like him, 50 lakhs, if he goes for 5-6 crores, that's a steal deal because he's in people's, he's in the memory right now.
Yeah. Yes.
And let's not forget, Malinga has gone back as the bowling coach of Mumbai Indians. And Malinga is now
There
on
you
the
go.
Mumbai bench.
And exactly. Now, sorry, it just came to mind. It didn't prove to be a smart buy, but Mumbai Indians had Jofra Archer, Riley Meredith, and I think Jai Ritson. All of them at some point were on their rosters. So a team that doesn't mind spending big bucks on 3 overseas fast bowlers, this guy on our screen, for me he's a shoe-in.
No,
And now when you
and,
mentioned the Malinga factor,
and they could also go for Vanindu Hasaranga क्योंकि आपको एक spinner मिल गया, and he's a good
there
spinner.
you go. There
He's a
you
good
go.
spinner, and he's a decent bat as well. 7-8 के लिए he's a pretty decent bat.
Yeah.
Pat Cummins
Correct,
might
correct.
be very, very expensive. Hasaranga might not be that expensive this time around. There's a reason why RCB released him, because he was proving to be really expensive at 10 crores.
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं है कि RCB might not go back for Hasaranga. They might try to get him for 7 crores. एक ये भी strategy रहती है teams की जब आप players को release करते हो कि जो player 10 करोड़ में है, शार्दुल ठाकुर इतने महंगे गए थे, I think 14 crores पे गए थे.
Yeah. Somewhere.
There's a strategy. KKR might go back for Shardul. So KKR did not buy Shardul. KKR traded Shardul from Delhi, and Delhi got 14 crores में Shardul. And why didn't CSK go for Shardul again? क्योंकि उनके पास 14 करोड़ बचे ही नहीं थे. So 14 crores was proving to be a big amount for Shardul.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he will go for 10 crores plus easily. But 10 or 14 में भी 4 crore का difference है in such an auction. So I think price correction होगा. And that happens a lot in these mini auctions, to be honest. And some of the players might just, come down from their previous buy. Hasaranga for a 7 crore is a decent buy.
The way he's, the whatever he brings to the table, he can bat. You're pretty right on that part. He bats really well in that 7-8 ka position.
Yeah. And how many overseas slots have Mumbai left? I think they have a lot of overseas slots left.
They do.
Yeah, they have 4 overseas slots left.
Easy. So they can pick 3 first team players in those 4 overseas slots. क्योंकि आप देखो, उनके पास बेहरेनडॉर्फ है, उनके पास रोमारियो शेपर्ड है, ठीक है? And they have obviously they have Tim David and Devol Brevis. So again, only one Tim David is confirmed starter for them. None of the others are confirmed starters at the moment.
And you don't need Devol Brevis, right? You look at Rohit, Ishan Kishan, Suryakumar Yadav, your top, Hardik Pandya, Tim David, your top six is bloody brilliant. You can afford. I'm not saying they'll get Kutsia, Madhushanka, and Hasaranga, but one of those 2 fast bowlers and Hasaranga on the Wankhede track as opposed to RCB Chinnaswamy, that's a very good option to get.
Yeah.
No. So Devol Brevis, they can obviously, bench him. They have an option
Correct.
of not getting Devol Brevis because they have Vadhera, they have Tilak Varma, they have Ishan Kishan. Pandya is also
They need
there.
bowling more, basically. You're saying
They need bowling more. So
yeah.
Mujib, Hasaranga और आदिल रशीद में से एक स्पिनर चाहिए, ठीक है?
Correct.
That's your one overseas slot, and then you need 2 pacers क्योंकि they are a pace-based franchisee more often than not. So Mitchell Stark, Gerard Kutsia, Madhushanka, in 3 में से they can easily go for 1, and then they can go for 1 backup. So it just depends really what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Okay. Tauzai, coming to one of my favorite franchises, जिसके पास ट्रॉफी नहीं है लेकिन फैंस बहुत हैं, रॉयल चैलेंजर्स बैंगलोर. जोक्स अपार्ट, उनके पास बर्थ अच्छा है एंड उनके पास स्लॉट्स काफी फिल्ड अप हैं. दे कैन गो फॉर सम इंडियन प्लेयर्स, राइट? फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ IPL, आरसीबी के पास एक स्पेस है जहां वो कहीं ना कहीं इंडियन यंगस्टर्स को ग्रूम करने का एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी उठा सकते हैं. व्हाट डू यू हैव टू से अबाउट दैट? They have. I'll just read out the purse. They have 23.25 crores. They have 6 slots left and 3 overseas out of that.
Absolutely, or best time to groom under Virat Kohli. But then important, they have some good players. Glenn Maxwell, Virat. Look at the lineup: Rajat, Dinesh Karthik. Oh wow, Siraj, Richie Topley. So Indian Cameron Green. इतने बड़े बड़े प्लेयर्स होने के बाद तो इंडियन प्लेयर्स है उनके पास ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं है, बिल्कुल भी है उनके पास बहुत सारा ऐसा कॉम्बिनेशन अच्छा है, लाइनअप अच्छा है, बट देन वो ब्रेक करना उनका जो हिस्ट्री चले आ रहा है, लेगेसी हारने का, उनको टाइटल जाके जीतने का वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. कोई भी प्लेयर्स ले बड़ा राइट नाउ. कैमरन ग्रीन इज अ बिग जैकपॉट. या आई एग्री विद दिस गाय रवि शंकर. इंडियन प्लेयर्स पे अभी स्ट्रेस करके फायदा क्या? कितना 13 करोड़ ही सेट.
23 crores, 23.25.
23.25. तो अभी मतलब they can buy some talented youngsters जिनके जिनके जो परफॉर्म डिलीवर किए हैं, विजय हजारे, मुश्ताक अली में, uncapped players I'm talking about. Will they go for Shahrukh Khan right now? I mean, he's the most sought after player.
Do you
Chetan
really?
or Jamie Bhai,
Do you
Shahrukh Khan,
really?
do you need that guy? Or maybe they have Glenn Maxwell for that role.
भाई एक ही शाहरुख खान इस महीने चलने वाले हैं, वो जिनकी फिल्म आ रही है डंकी, ठीक है। बाकी ये दूसरे जो शाहरुख खान है, आई मीन I engaged with someone on Twitter this afternoon. I mean, what? No offense. He won TNPL that SMAT some years ago. Look at his numbers. The guy averaged like 8 in this year's SMAT. He averaged not much in the Vijay Hazare. Okay, striker rate was 190, but I mean, you talk about overrated players. I mean, no offense, but that guy on the screen. I mean, again, auctions have proven bizarre. Sometimes they look at what someone can do, but if you want someone who has not done anything across IPL seasons, there's the man on the screen. I don't know which franchise would go for him.
Yeah.
RCB.
But चेतन भाई यहाँ पे
Obviously,
यार मैं थोड़ा आपका क्रिकेटिंग एक्सपर्टीज लेना चाहूंगा। आरसीबी का अगर स्क्वाड देखें, आप जितना इतना अच्छा स्माइल और स्मॉक दे रहे हो ना यार, मेरे को, मैं बहुत वेट कर रहा था आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए। Do they really need Shah Rukh Khan in that lineup? I mean, if you just look at the squad, right? You have Faf, Virat, Rajat Patidar, Suresh Prabhudesai, DK, Glenn Maxwell. I mean, you don't even need him.
It's not about need, it's about कि आप देखो क्या होता है कि let's not talk about कि whether they need Shah Rukh Khan. Let's talk about the fact, do they need a finisher? Shah Rukh Khan का और कोई रोल नहीं है। आप उनको और कोई रोल दोगे तो चलेगा नहीं। एंड आरसीबी का बैटिंग लाइनअप फिक्स्ड है, ठीक है। Faf and Virat, then you have Rajat Patidar, and then you have Glenn Maxwell, and then you have Cameron Green, which is stupidity in itself, क्योंकि आप Cameron Green को नंबर 5 पे खिलाओगे। रजत पाटीदार को नंबर 5 पे आप नहीं खिला सकते। They're going to try that. Eventually they will try that, but again वो सेम चीज हो जाएगी जब टॉप 4 हैवी हुआ करते थे आरसीबी के, और फिर बॉटम में कोई नहीं होता था, एंड देन दे विल डिपेंड। द पॉइंट इज, कैन यू डिपेंड जस्ट ऑन दिनेश कार्तिक टू फिनिश? और हमने देखा है पिछले 2 सीजन में, एक सीजन वो चले जब T20 वर्ल्ड कप की सिलेक्शन दाव पे थी और उनको डिज्नीलैंड की टिकट मिल गई, और लास्ट ईयर हमने देख लिया क्या हुआ, ही वाज नोवेयर। एंड आई डोंट एक्सपेक्ट मच फ्रॉम दिनेश कार्तिक, बिकॉज लेट्स बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, आई थिंक ही इज पुशिंग इट। आई थिंक ही इज वेरी वेरी, he should have retired already, to be very honest. I don't think, personally, that's my opinion, I don't think he is playing at that particular level. I'll be very happy to be proven wrong, but given the struggles that he had last year, you could see that he's well past his best. Or up, because you know what, T20 has evolved to such a degree कि आप सिर्फ एक फिनिशर का रोल नहीं निभा सकते at that level, जिस लेवल पे दिनेश कार्तिक का मैं कहूँगा स्टैचर है, या जिस जितना वो उनका कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल अमाउंट है। इफ यू हैव अ शाहरुख खान जिसको आप 2 करोड़ में उठा रहे हो ना, चलता है, ही कैन बी अ फिनिशर, नॉट अ दिनेश कार्तिक who is at that particular level of pay. And I'm sure he's does anybody remember how much he was bought for or retained for?
Shahrukh Khan?
No,
it is not less than 5 CR, I'm sure about that. So for that amount of money, you can't just be a finisher. कि आप 13th ओवर में बैटिंग करने आओगे तो you are at sea. So I think what RCB need is, what are their options for 5, 6 and 7? Forget Shah Rukh Khan for a moment. What are their options for 5, 6 and 7? What are their bowling options? क्योंकि they released Chahal, then they bought Hasranga for 10.75 crores.
I have a comment. I have a comment.
They released Hasranga, and then हर्षल पटेल भी नहीं है इस बार उनके पास। तो जब मैंने ये देखा कि उन्होंने दोनों हसरंगा और हर्षल पटेल को रिलीज कर दिया है, तो आई वाज लाइक, अरे वाह, दिस इज टिपिकल आरसीबी, कि व्हाट इज द प्लान हियर? सो दे हैव अ गुड पर्स, बट लाइक मुंबई इंडियंस, दे नीड टू गो बाय गुड बॉलर्स। आप इस टाइम देखो उनके पास, इफ योर लीड स्पिनर इज कर्ण शर्मा and your lead pacer is Mohammad Siraj. And Mohammad Siraj is a good bowler, but his economy in IPL is 9.5. His economy last year was, I think, around 10 throughout the tournament. That's not a lead pacer. That
Yeah.
cannot be a lead pacer. Okay. So, yeah, I think they need bowlers.
Yeah.
They've released both. Uh,
both the main players. Why Harry Brook? चेतन भाई वहाँ पे हम महिपाल लोमरोर को भूल गए हैं. हम महिपाल लोमरोर को
बैटिंग कहाँ कराओगे हैरी ब्रुक को? बेंच पे बैटिंग कराओगे?
Exactly.
Anyway, my point is, but I can expect this from RCB कि एक mindless decision ले लो. But Andy Flower हैं इस बार वहाँ पे, so I'm thinking कि let's see वो क्या करते हैं, because he's not somebody who makes mindless decisions. They need bowlers. If they don't get bowlers, they will score 200 at Chinnaswamy. They will be chased down. पिछली बार the 200 targets were chased down in 19th and 20th over. This time they will be chased down in 16 overs given their bowling attack.
Because yeah, you're totally right on this. And Jimmy, I'll come to you for that. अगर आप bowling attack देखें तो ये सारे जो pacers हैं, जो fast bowlers हैं, they leak runs. From Siraj to Akashdeep to Vaishak as well. Reece Topley, I'm not really sure who is.
Reece Topley also takes an overseas spot, na?
Yeah, he also takes
Reece
a
Topley, आप Cameron Green, Glenn Maxwell, Faf और Reece को खिलाओगे तो बचा क्या उसके बाद? क्या रह क्या गया? और इंडियन स्पिनर है नहीं ऑप्शन लिस्ट में. Has anybody seen an Indian spinner? या तो आप junior players में से उठाओगे. So they have no option but to go for either Adil, Mujib or Hasaranga again.
Yeah.
These are the three prime spinners in that list. Am I missing anyone? There is no top quality Indian spinner in that list.
Yeah.
Hrithik Shauqeen is not, sorry to say, Hrithik Shauqeen is not bigger than Adil, Hasaranga or Mujib. आप उस level के spinner की बात करो.
Yeah.
There is no top dollar spinner Indian नहीं है. Top dollar spinner में सिर्फ ये तीन नाम हैं, मुजीब, आदिल and Hasaranga. So
Yeah.
RCB has no option but to go again for one of these.
Our producer is saying RCB can go for one more bad decision. कितने बहुत टाइम हो गया वेट करते करते.
अभी शंकर ने तो बोल ही ना हैरी ब्रुक को ले लो. That will be the biggest. That will be the best decision.
Was you don't really have a pacer who can contain, right? Who can play that containing role.
तभी तो मैंने कहा कि इस बार अगर पिछले साल तक 200 रन जो उनके चेज होते थे उनके अगेंस्ट वो 19 और 20 में होते थे. 19वें ओवर में या 20वें ओवर में. इस बॉलिंग अटैक के साथ इस साल 15वें 16वें ओवर में 200 चेज हो जाएगा. So they really need bowlers.
Jamie, what are your thoughts? Need a containing bowler or Murugan Ashwin? Can they go for him?
Look, just because it's RCB, it's very tough to take this team seriously. They've had Tim Southee, they've had Chris Jordan, they've had Kyle Jamieson, they've had Colin de Grandhomme. I mean, Kyle Jamieson basically got 15 times what he thought of because he got Virat Kohli out in that 2020. I think Chetan must have been there on that 2021 tour. विराट कोहली बोला ये इसने मेरे को आउट किया यार, चलो इसको मेरे टीम में क्या किया उसने. Didn't score 50 runs across the whole season and his bowling was atrocious. So RCB we can expect. But now getting serious, I'm just looking at the options. You're talking about spinners. Ashton Agar nahi jayenge, Cas Ahmed nahi jayenge, Rehan Ahmed has backed out. Michael Bracewell is still on the injury. I mean, George Linde is not going to go. No, but it's RCB. It's RCB. I'm saying it from that lens, right? Keshav Maharaj, Tabrez Shamsi, Ish Sodhi. They're capable of picking up any of these guys for too much and then not knowing. They had Zampa, let's not forget. So it's not about they can pick the best bowler.
Zampa is a top dollar spinner, na? But they did not use him.
That's what I'm saying. So when we're giving any serious, and I'm being very serious analysis about RCB, understand that they can pick anyone. But that guy, I said this, Ravi Shankar said something about Cameron Green. I said it on this very channel when the news came. I said, I fear for that boy. His IPL career could be ending after one season. He's a jackpot deal. But watch RCB kill that boys confidence. Yeah, there's a reason, my friend. RCB has not won a franchise. They are disaster. Those are art. Say they put that test team together. Or last year, forget fast bowling. The Indian bench strength.
Yeah.
They don't have Indian bench strength. There's Virat Kohli with a million runs, and then there's Devdutt Padikkal with 1100 runs. I think Dravid had 1100. They don't know how to build.
And then they let
RCB is a disaster. They are the South Africa of the IPL. वो मेरे lifetime में IPL trophy नहीं जीत पाएगी. And I say this in all seriousness. 15 साल से मैं देख रहा हूँ उस फालतू टीम को. नहीं होगा उनसे यार, नहीं होगा. Just watch tomorrow what they do. My gosh.
This has been a problem with RCB. जो requirement नहीं होता वो उस player को pick कर लेता है. I won't be surprised they go for Shahrukh Khan for 5 crores and not pick a bowler.
और हैरी ब्रुक.
Or Harry Brook.
हाँ, for that matter. और हैरी ब्रुक. जबकि आप महिपाल लोमरोड को वो रोल दे चुके हो. आपने वो कहीं ना कहीं उसको बोला है कि आप वहां जाके तेज बैट कर सकते हो नीचे बैटिंग करके. But again, that's all bizarre. Okay, coming to another franchise, ताउस भाई. राजस्थान रॉयल्स 14.5 करोड़ का उनका पर्स है और 8 स्लॉट्स टू फिल. हाउ आर यू गोना डू दैट? ताउस भाई.
Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the lineup. Sanju Samson is your captain. George Butler. I think देखो इनको खाली मुझे लगता है ट्रेंड. I mean they have a good all-round batting lineup. All-round combination again. I mean last few matches KKR देखे या हमने DC अगर अभी तक उसकी बात नहीं की तो बहुत कम टीम्स है जिनके पास एक ऑलराउंड कॉम्बिनेशन है. उनमें से राजस्थान रॉयल इज वन टीम दैट इज very good when it comes to having good combination of batters, fast bowlers in Trent Bolt, and then spinner in a Yuzvendra Chahal or maybe an Adam Zampa. I think they should have traded. यार RCB should have gone for at least trade करते Adam Zampa के लिए या युजवेंद्र के लिए. ऑल्दो नहीं देते बट ट्राई करने में क्या होता. So they could have solved that problem. But then Hetmeyer, Riyan Parag, they have a good lineup यार. तो अभी वो जाएंगे तो किसके लिए जाएंगे? ऑलराउंडर के लिए एक they can go for maybe a Pat Cummins. Rajasthan Royals SMS बैटिंग विकेट्स रहती है मोस्टली. यू एंजॉय और maybe a शार्दुल ठाकुर, somebody but then again impact player रोल आ जाता है तो क्या इसमें
ताउस भाई. लेकिन यहाँ पे पैसा भी तो बहुत खर्चना पड़ेगा ना. They don't really have that kind of a budget. Like,
So
what? I'll come to
how much they have? फिर से बताएंगे.
They have 14.5 crores.
14.5 crore यार. तो maybe a national international player के लिए इनके पास बजट है ही नहीं. फिर इसके बाद
Overseas slot they have.
चाहिए नहीं उनको. एक इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर चाहिए who can be a first teamer. अगर आप उनका लाइनअप देखो they have exactly that's भाई क्या बात कही है मेहुल.
Still
Back to Rajasthan Royals. Why would they get him back? He was there for 3 years. They didn't play him.
Yeah, but उस टाइम पे डिफरेंट सिचुएशन ना. नाउ दे हैव अ डिफरेंट सिचुएशन. आप देखो आरआर के पास क्या नहीं है. दे हैव अ फॉरेन स्पिनर इन एडम ज़ैम्पा. दे हैव अ फॉरेन पेसर इन ट्रेंट बोल्ट. They have 2 foreign batsmen in Shimron and Josh Butler who are your first team starters. So कहने का मतलब ये है कि आपके पास ये 4 प्लेयर जो हैं they are first team starters. अब Zampa is not going to start all your matches. He is going to be there for हमको spin जब extra खिलाना है. So Ashwin and Chahal. So that leaves you one spot. अब आपको वो one spot किस में लेना है? Whether you want to go for a fast bowler क्योंकि उनके पास fast bowler नहीं है. लेकिन look at who they traded for Devdutt Padikkal. They got Avesh Khan. That tells you Prasidh Krishna, Navdeep Saini, ठीक है? Kuldeep Sen. He did a tremendous job in the last 2 years for them. तो आप देखो Trent Bolt, he will lead them, and then they have these 4 players, and then they can look for an all-rounder, an overseas all-rounder. They can go hard for Pat Cummins. They can go hard for Gerald Pudzia. और कौन है? Daryl Mitchell है. So they need somebody. उनके पास मेन चीज क्या नहीं थी? उनके पास एक बैटिंग मेनस्टे नहीं है जो नंबर 4 जो नंबर 4 और नंबर 6 का जो गैप है वो भर सके. उनके पास वो नहीं है. आपके टॉप 3 कौन हो गए? आपके टॉप 3 हो गए जॉस बटलर, जायसवाल एंड संजू सैमसन. 5 और 6 पे they are really betting on Riyan Parag. I think this is his last season at this level. Agar if he doesn't click, so 6 पे they are going for them, and then they have Tewatia also. Don't they have Tewatia?
No, Tewatia has gone to Gujarat. Na, he was there 2 years.
Sorry. 1 minute.
They might go for this Shahrukh Khan fellow. They might.
Yeah. So again,
bowling
Tewatia is Gujarat. Sorry, got confused. So Riyan Parag 6 and 5. So that's what I'm saying. They don't have anybody between 3 and 5. उनको वहां पे एक प्लेयर चाहिए. अब प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उनके पास सिर्फ 14.5 crores हैं. So either they get somebody like a Harry Brook for a lower price, क्योंकि उनके पास एक ओवरसीज स्लॉट भी है, बट क्योंकि फिर इंडियन बैट्समैन नहीं बचा ना, दे
Yeah.
डोंट रियली
Yeah,
हैव
yeah, yeah.
बिग नेम इंडियन बैट्समैन। आपके पास सिर्फ कौन है वो, दो मनीष पांडे हैं एंड हु इज द अदर गाय,
तो शाहरुख खान ही बचते हैं,
करुण नायर।
करुण नायर।
शाहरुख खान के अलावा भी बहुत प्लेयर्स होंगे यार, बट
वो है ना दैट अपना झारखंड फेलो हु फिनिशेस ऑफ मैचेस यार, वो कीपर भी है, वो कुशाग्रा, वो दे गो फॉर समवन लाइक हिम आल्सो,
कुमार कुशाग्र।
because you're right, you need that Indian lower middle order player, correct?
Yeah, so they will go for one or two overseas players, but not at a very high cost, 5-6 crores, and then pick from the lower pool, from the incoming players, under 19 players, जो भी आपके हैं uncapped players, from that pool. तो उनको basically they are set in spin, they are set in pace. Maybe they need a backup in pace for Trent Bolt, ठीक है? And then they need couple of batsmen for the top order. That is it.
बट जेमी यहाँ पे अगर आपको, क्योंकि आपके पास जॉर्ज बटलर और संजू सैमसन दोनों हैं, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ कुमार कुशाग्र दे कैन आल्सो गो फॉर विराट सिंह, decent batter who can.
हाँ, मतलब you just need someone जो स्मैट में 3-4 बार अपना हाथ खड़ा कर चुका है, right? Forget about lack of IPL. You need someone young. You need someone who bats not so much 4, I think 5-6, and you need someone who's done something, not just one inning, but someone who's done things in smack. So if these two guys have done things, I mean, and again, they'll come very cheap. So I think more than anything else, they need to bolster that middle order. Hetmeyer is inconsistent. Like Chetan said, Riyan Parag, Bihu dance zyada acha karte hain than other things. So, you know, again, he had a tremendous smack. He got some 750s in a row. Hopefully he does half of that, but you still need to bolster your uncapped Indian all-rounder and batsman pool.
जेमी जो रियान ने वहां पे करा ना असम के लिए, देयर इज अ डिफरेंस, ओके? सो ही प्लेड एट 4 देयर, यहाँ वहां उसका पोजीशन फिक्स था, यहाँ ही इज नॉट हु कैन प्ले एट 6,
bowling
But you have to do that.
Bowling lineup पे भी तो फर्क पड़ता है ना. Here half your bowling lineup is international quality.
आई एम जस्ट सेइंग यू हैड अ फिक्स पोजीशन, कि आपको एक फ्रीडम मिला हुआ था अपनी टीम से कि ठीक है आप 4 नंबर ही खेलेंगे, कुछ भी.
I don't think that's he's had a fixed position at RR also. उनको 5-6 पे ही दिया गया है. He has a fixed role. हाँ, हम ध्रुव जुरैल को भूल गए. So last year ध्रुव जुरैल और पारिकर प्लेयर की तरह यूज किया गया था. This time ध्रुव जुरैल opens also, but they don't need an opener. They need somebody at 4. So ध्रुव जुरैल might slot in at number 4. So yeah, that's ट्रैविस हेड के पैसे नहीं है उनके पास. 14 करोड़ में पूरा स्क्वाड बनाना है उन्हें. ट्रैविस हेड के पैसे नहीं है उनके पास. दिलशन मधुशंका यस, बट देयर आर अदर्स हु कैन आउटबिड देम फॉर एक लेवल होता है जितने लेवल तक आप बिड कर सकते हो जब आपका पर्स ही 14 करोड़ का है. आप 4-5 करोड़ के ऊपर किसी बड़े प्लेयर के लिए नहीं जाओगे.
और अब ना जब आपके पास ट्रेंट बोल्ट है तो ओवरसीज.
हाँ, so they can go for somebody like different low level bowlers. जो आउटबिड, जहां पे वो आउटबिड नहीं होंगे. बट फॉर मी देयर मेन area of concern is that 4 and 5. They need options for 4 and 5. You have Dhruv Jurel, you have Hetmeyer, you have Riyan Parag, but you need 2 good players over there. One in an all-round role maybe, and maybe somebody who can really back them up. Harry Brook, I think they will try to go for Harry Brook. लेकिन 6.5 पे they will say कि okay boss हो गया.
Can Vivrant be that option then? Vivrant Sharma.
I haven't seen much of him. किसी ने दीपक हुडा का नाम लिया था. दीपक हुडा is in LSG, so I'm not sure LSG will let him go. No. But yeah, I haven't seen much of Vivrant, so maybe Jamie has or Paus has.
He just got to play one innings and पिछले IPL में, और वहाँ पे उन्होंने एक quick fire 69 किया था if I'm not mistaken. So
I don't recall it too much. So.
Yeah. Okay, coming to our favorite franchise, हाँ जो हम सबकी favorite है और surprise देती है, वो है Sunrisers Hyderabad. Jamie, I'll start with you. A purse of 34 crores, slots to fill, 6 overseas slots left, 3. किसको लेंगे? ये सबको ले लेंगे क्या?
Again, now one of those strange franchises. They do decently well to get to the knockouts, but इनमें कभी वो killer instinct मुझे दिखता नहीं है. As long as David Warner was there, I think they had something. But again, Kane Williamson runs बनाते हैं, but you just need some characters. I think someone like a Travis Head, again, recency bias. They might go for someone like him. Not a young player, but form. भाई देखो WTC final अपने दम पे जिताया, man of the match in the semi-final, man of the match in the final. Took him 48 hours to recover, as Mitchell Marsh said. But when he played the remainder of the 320 T20 against India, he got I think he got 3 scores in the 30s. Gun fielder, his catch is going to be, I mean, there's the Kapil Dev's catch in 83, and his catch is there. So if you want someone just on, like Pat Cummins, ये जो छूता है, ये gold बन जाता है, आपके पास ये है. I'm not saying he's going to break the bank and go for 8, 9, 10 crores, but, I mean, he's one player I think a lot of franchises, and mainly someone like Hyderabad, would want to get, because they've always had that one, if not two, overseas openers, and number 3, Johnny Bairstow ko dekh lo, Kane Williamson, David Warner. So I think he's going to go to Hyderabad. For how much? I don't know. Baki, again, I mean, all-rounders, they've tried Jason Holder. I think they had Brathwaite for a while. वो कुछ कर नहीं पाते हैं. Off top of my head, I don't know any world-class all-rounders apart from, Pat Cummins we've discussed, who could slot in, but they might go for them as well. Because I think for them, looking at the purse, this is like a reset button for them, because I think they were pretty bad last. Harry Brook was a disaster, right? 100, and then I think in 10 innings he didn't cross 25, or I'm not mistaken. So that's a franchise which has a lot of money to spend. But kisko lenge wo? Beyond Travis Head, I can't think of one name they'll chase hard.
Do you think, क्योंकि जैसे यहाँ पर जो ऑलराउंडर्स हैं, दे आर मोर ऑफ स्पिन ऑलराउंडर्स. एक अब्दुल समद को अगर हम हटा दें वहाँ पर, तो और सानवीर सिंह को, तो रवि तेजा का नाम, ही हैज बीन परफॉर्मिंग डिसेंटली वेल इन द रीसेंट पास्ट. कैन ही बी द वन? क्योंकि एक 20-30 लाख का बेस प्राइस है, can bat in the middle order, it can share the ball.
I mean, he got the form. I think he was the highest wicket taker inside Mustaq Ali, so that's a good option. But again, I think this is a team which had Rashid for a while, Mohammad Nabi, like I mentioned, Holder, Brathwaite. They probably will want to chase that somewhat hefty overseas all-rounder. But again, I can't think off the top of my head, what the options would be. स्पिनर इनके पास कौन है आजकल?
स्पिनर इनके पास बहुत सारे हैं. So I'll just
नहीं, but like who's? हाँ, बता.
Is the front line spinner. उसके अलावा अभिषेक शर्मा, वॉशिंगटन सुंदर and शहबाज अहमद.
Shahbaz Ahmed, okay, decent middle rung. Abhishek Sharma, they didn't bowl him as much. When they did bowl him, he was hammered. I think he's a fantastic opener. I hope they don't. I think उसने कहा भी था कि मैंने ब्रायन लारा से कहा था कि आप मुझे क्यों नहीं खिला रहे हो. I think if I'm not mistaken, उनको 2-3 मैच लगे अभिषेक को 11 में डालने में. But I think उससे पहले साल he had like a 450 run year. I hope they back him as an opener in every single match, because that's a match winner. But again, he's not a reliable spinner. वो डालते होंगे पंजाब के लिए, but I think they're gonna, like I said, the all-rounder factor. Hyderabad will need someone, because that's a franchise that traditionally had a lot of good overseas all-rounders.
Yeah. Quickly moving
on.
In
fact, I just want to add over here. I think this Daryl Mitchell could be a factor, yeah. I mean, we were talking about how David Warner, or maybe on the David Warner के साथ, I forgot the name, the English guy, somebody who was
Johnny Bairstow.
Johnny West, the superstar, yeah, one of my favorites. I mean, he can play that role in the top order. Kane Williamson नहीं है, New Zealand आगे बंदा, और I mean, this guy knows exactly how to bat in the top order. अब फिर innings through कैसे लेके जाएं. So Daryl Mitchell would play a key role अगर they can go for it, go for this guy. Roman Powell is also an all-rounder, right, from the West Indies. They can.
यार पर वो bowling बहुत कम डालता है, and he's very hit or miss. I think Daryl Mitchell is one more name which they should go for.
Yeah, because
the thing is, I'll tell you something with SRH. The problem is, they can't afford more overseas players who's not a spinner. अगर आप उनका lineup देखो, they have Marco Jansen, Heinrich Klaasen, Aiden Markram, Glenn Phillips. इसमें से 3 तो खेलेंगे.
Yeah.
They have no option.
So
they can only go, and their spinners में आप देखो ना, who do they have? Mayank Markande. They already have Fazalak Farooqi, who's a pacer. ठीक है.
Yeah.
Only उसके बाद इमरान मलिक, 3 राजन भुवनेश्वर कुमार. तो वहाँ पे रोटेशन हो रहा है. मयंक मार्कंडे हैं जो उनके स्पिन ऑप्शन हैं. Washington Sundar, if he's fit.
Yeah.
And lot depends on Washington Sundar's fitness. And then you have Glenn Phillips and Aiden Markram जो spin कर सकते हैं थोड़े बहुत. So if their overseas spot has to go, I think they will be interested in. Adil Rashid did not work out for them. I think Mujib is somebody. जितने भी ये 30 करोड़ वाले हैं ना, Mujib gives you 4 overs and he gives you 4 overs in the power play.
Yeah.
As in not all 4 overs in the power play, but he bowls in the power play. You getting my point?
Very economical on that front.
Yeah, and he's a wicket-taking bowler. So I think Mujib is going to be a very big buy क्योंकि वो आपको power play में spin bowling देता है. And yeah, I think they have 34 crores. So I think they will make it for Mujib. I won't be surprised if they go for Mujib, and they need somebody to fill Rashid Khan's shoes, yeah, and who better than Mujib? You know?
True.
Adil Rashid did not work out for them. I doubt they'll go for Hasaranga. ठीक है? So let's see. I don't think Hasaranga के लिए वो 12-15 करोड़ की बेट लगेगी. I doubt it. I very much doubt.
जाना नहीं चाहिए. जिस तरीके का परफॉर्मेंस पिछली बार था उसके हिसाब से नहीं.
Exactly. So I think Mujib is somebody to watch out for.
Yeah. Okay. Quickly moving on to the other two franchises. ताउस भाई आपसे पूछूंगा. पंजाब किंग्स 29.1 करोड़ का बजट है. Slots are 8 and 2 overseas slots they have. So
SRH को मैं एक चीज जरूर बोलूंगा कि I hope they get airports this time. मेरे को बहुत इरिटेशन होती है जब वो तार वाले कान के लेके आते हैं ना. 34 करोड़ इतने करोड़ों का बजट है कि एयरपोर्ट खरीद लो यार.
ताउस भाई.
पंजाब किंग्स यार पंजाब किंग्स शिखर धवन अब I mean they सैम करन ऑलराउंडर है, कगिसो रबाडा है इनके पास. दे हैव अ गुड लाइनअप यार अभी इनको, मगर आई थिंक दे विल हैव टू गो फॉर अ स्पिनर दैट एवरी टीम इज लुकिंग फॉर. मोस्ट ऑफ द टीम क्वालिटी स्पिनर, और यहाँ पर मुझे दिख रहा नहीं है कोई यहाँ पर इनकी तरफ से कोई क्वालिटी. एक सिकंदर रजा है जो ऑलराउंडर है, मगर हाउ मच ही इज गोइंग टू प्ले, हाउ मच ही इज गोइंग टू, क्योंकि टॉप 4 ही खिला सकते फॉरेनर्स.
उतनी स्पिन तो लिविंगस्टोन भी डाल देता है.
लिविंगस्टोन डालते हैं, मगर लिविंगस्टोन को इतना ओवर नहीं मिलता जितना उनका बैटिंग.
They relied on Harpreet Brar and what's his name?
राहुल
Chahar.
राहुल
बहुत rely करते हैं. Harpreet Brar पे उन्होंने काफी rely किया था. So they don't have spin options है नहीं यार इतने.
वही
spin options है नहीं.
और इंडियन स्पिन ऑप्शन भी नहीं है.
Indian spin options.
Hasaranga is the guy. I mean they'll Hasaranga is going to get some good crores यार.
29 crore. I see Adil Rashid going over there. I think Adil Rashid को लेने की पूरी कोशिश करेंगे.
Yeah.
So spinners will be the steal this season right now for each करोड़ों में जाएंगे spinners.
For a lot of teams.
डालना है, अभी भी टाइम है.
I don't have time for IPL, man.
You know what will be funny if RCB are not able to land up a quality spinner. कि आपने चहल को भी जाने दिया, हसरंगा को भी जाने दिया, क्योंकि आपके पास लिटरली 3 स्पिनर हैं यार.
दिया.
हाँ?
आपने जैम्पा को भी जाने दिया.
जैम्पा तो चलो छोड़ दो, वो पहले ही जाने दिया था. But my point is कि if they are not able to land in any of these two, Adil, Mujib and हसरंगा, अगर इन टीमें कितनी सारी हैं, किन को स्पिनर्स चाहिए? MI को चाहिए, पंजाब को चाहिए, राजस्थान को नहीं चाहिए, RCB को चाहिए, SRH को चाहिए. 3 स्पिनर है, 5 टीमों को चाहिए. There goes your 12 crores. 12 crores का bet.
Mujib has played for Punjab, right?
Sorry?
Mujib has played for Punjab before.
Yeah.
Mujib, yes.
Yeah.
It was Kings 11.
Kings 11, yeah. So
no, but he can go back. Probably could they can always take him back. So
yeah. Okay.
But
Quick.
my point is कि 5 टीमें हैं and 3 स्पिनर हैं.
Okay, Jamie, quickly, last team, Delhi Capitals, total budget of they have 28.95 crores, 9 slots, in which they have 4 overseas slots. More or less, इनकी जो lineup है वो तो settled ही है. What do you have to say, Jamie?
Again, I mean, look, they need another keeper for sure. I mean, look, Rishabh Pant, he might come back, but there's no guarantee. तो सबसे पहले इनको ऋषभ पंत का रिप्लेसमेंट सोचना पड़ेगा. आप ये नहीं सोच सकते हो कि अच्छा he'll come back in 1 month. Let's assume he doesn't come back. They have to be thinking that way, right? They need a top order keeper. They had Phil Salt. I think he's been released. Phil Salt, recency bias, just got 100. कौन?
Josh Inglis.
Josh Inglis is another guy. You know, he got that 100. Again, it's this World Cup में जो चला. again, Sri Lankans do not do well, but Kusal Mendes is a dynamite pick. I know he won't go for big bucks, but he's had a tremendous, he's got runs against India. So ये players जो opening करते हैं, जो 3 करते हैं, Kusal Mendes, I know he won't go for big bucks, but to my mind, a team like Delhi, I would snap him up, because Steve Smith उनके लिए नहीं चले, Robin Power उनके लिए नहीं चले, Riley Russo उनके लिए नहीं चले. They're coming off a long phase where their overseas players haven't done well. I would have loved to see them persist with Phil Salt. I think he'll do well.
How much money do they have?
They have 28.95.
Josh Inglis is a good name.
They will go hard for Travis Head क्योंकि they need somebody to replace Prithvi Shaw. Prithvi Shaw doesn't give them too much. बंदे को fielding नहीं कराते वो लोग, impact player की तरह use करते हैं. They will go hard for Travis Head. They will corner Travis Head at the top and then Mitchell Marsh to follow.
सही बात है.
They will go hard for Travis Head.
For wicket keeping, they still have Abhishek Porel in the squad. So
yeah, but they still need a backup. Porel is not going to see. You still need a backup. There is not going to be. They have the option of going for KS Bharat, Kusal Mendes. ये 2 आपके cheap options हैं. हो सकता है किसी को junior batch से भी उठा सकते हैं. I don't have the entire list. I just have 50 names in front of me. जो top 50 names है मैं उसमें से बोल रहा हूँ. So they will pick somebody as a backup keeper for sure this time. Yeah. But what they need, problem सिर्फ उनके उसमें नहीं थी कि ऋषभ पंत available नहीं थे. The problem was also they did not have somebody to replace Prithvi Shaw. And that's वहाँ पे कुछ change नहीं होने वाला है. He's not going to be able to field again.
Yeah.
They will go hard for Travis Head.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
चलिए तो जिस सेशन का सिर्फ इतना है कि स्पिनर्स आर गोइंग टू गेट द बिग बक्स और दिल्ली कैपिटल्स को एक कीपर की जरूरत है. वेल, थैंक यू गाइस, थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग दिस लाइव सेशन. इसको यहीं एंड करेंगे क्योंकि हमें और बहुत सारी बातें करनी है और थोड़ा सा टाइम रह गया आईपीएल ऑक्शन के लिए, आईपीएल 2024 ऑक्शन के लिए. तो जाएंगे, वो एंजॉय करेंगे. वेल, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग मी इन दिस सेशन. लवली चैटिंग विद यू एज ऑलवेज.
फास्टेस्ट क्रिकेट स्कोर अपडेट्स या सबसे डिटेल्ड स्टैट्स,
क्रिकेट के अंदर बाहर की खबरें
या हेल्दी डिबेट्स,
सबसे एक्यूरेट एनालिसिस
या फैंस का क्रेज, सबके लिए एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म, क्योंकि क्रिकेट मतलब क्रिकेट नेक्स्ट.